Well, hi there, Jim here. Haven't done an exercise video in a long time because they are so time consuming. When you got other things going on, you just don't do it. You just gotta pick and choose, right? So uh, today I'm just going to pick up where I left off here. So I'm going to finish because today what I'm doing is something different. Today I'm doing two sets of 15. Because to vary the intensities in the muscles allows for us to be more ready for a bunch of different physical activities that require a different type of, you know, different kinds of, say what, we're more prepared for, uh, you know, football or basketball or tennis, it's just that worldly kind of stuff. So here's my second set of 15 of these pull-up things. Everything is 15 today. Some days it's a 310. Some days it's a 110. Like really 10-10. And some days it's a 15 times 2. So that's my second set of those. And my third set, anyway, the other set that I already did one set of. Now this is really long and boring, but this exercise is so important. If people just knew what happens physiologically by doing this simple thing. Right? No weights required. It doesn't feel exertive, but what it does is so tremendously healthy and good for us, right? Yeah, if people just knew. I don't want to do that simple thing. I want to like pump up. Right, so I do 15 with one leg and then 15 with the other. And that's 30. So I found myself a couple of times, well, more than a couple, I think it got to half a dozen, where I would work out and, breathing hard and all that. And then all of a sudden, I start feeling really weak and dizzy. And I'd have to lay down for like a half an hour. And because my hands and everything, my whole body would go numb. I just, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was going on. And so I went and did a lot of research, had a chit chat with GPT bot, artificial intelligence, and it kept saying the same basic thing. You're getting too much oxygen. You're hyperventilating. All those sayings, when you're exercising, make sure you breathe deep. So I got in a routine of breathing deeply. It became like a routine. I suppose, or I guess that routine became more deeply, and I breathed just slowly over time. Started breathing deeper and deeper and heavier for the same activity. I think that's 15. So now I'm going to shift to my left foot. Right? So anyway, so today I'm going to avoid breathing very much. Just I'm only going to breathe when I feel that strong urge to breathe. Right? Breathe shallow. Everybody's different. Some people need a higher level of concentration of oxygen for their functionality. Some people not so much. But this is the first day that I'm trying to actually breathe less. Right? Maybe somebody's cardio is in such good shape that they really don't need to, they need to breathe shallow, otherwise they'll hyperventilate, you know? All the limbs go numb, the brain gets fuzzy, you know? Maybe we should wear a paper bag over our head, just so we don't breathe so deep, so consistently, right? I lost count. Are you keeping count? And so now I'm mentally focusing on just breathe when I feel like I have to. Don't force the breaths. Don't breathe deeply. Unless, you know, all of a sudden I feel that urge to breathe deeply. And then do so. So this is the first day that I'm trying it different. Who wants to lay down for half an hour because one can't move? I was doing a run at the park. I was running, then walking out, running. I choose to run fast as I can for a certain distance, and then walk it out until I recuperate, run. And so I said, something's feeling different. This was the first time I experienced it. And I thought, something's feeling different. So I started walking home, and I noticed as I was walking home, I was dragging my feet. And my body's going, feels like it's 10 tons just of dragging. Right? I go, what is this? Yeah, I was hyperventilating. Get lots of oxygen. Well, maybe not so much when we get to a certain, physiological health where we're, we don't need that much oxygen anymore for that kind of exertion, for that level of intensity. And if we get that, it's too high. I need more oxygen, but it's in the head. But the head's demanding it, but the body is not. In other words, the body and the brain are not connected, right? Because the brain's saying, I need more. I think I should get more oxygen. I can recuperate faster. No, we can send ourselves into hyperventilation. And if it's a bad hyperventilation, right? We could be like laying down for like a half an hour trying to let some of the oxygen get out of our blood. Over oxyfication. And that's my determination. And so I already did like 30 of these, so I got these things on here to help with the palms because they were, I was doing so many of these in a row that it was hurting my palms. And so I just grabbed some foam that I had laying around that I use for different projects. And I cut them to fit this. And that eliminated the sore palms. So I was doing so many of these doggone things. The palms down here started hurting. So I do 2 sets of 15 of these. And these are really good. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best exercises that you can do. I put it up against here so it doesn't wobble, but you can see how effective. This used to be, I had a herniated disc. This is how I got around for a while. Until it healed, right? It had wheels, I took the wheels off. So what I'll probably end up doing is attaching it to a wooden platform so that it's more stable. But actually, when it wobbles, I already feel it because I already did 30 of them. I already feel that in my palm. I have to get a thicker pad. So, yeah, 30 of these. This is such a good exercise. This was my favorite exercise. When I was in 6th grade, when I was introduced to this became my favorite exercise of all. Oh, man, I already feel that. Oh, my goodness. Well, that is 45. I don't mind doing 45 of those. That's a great exercise. Okay, and then so I did 2 sets of that, 2 sets of that, 2 sets of 15, 15, 15. Okay, I'm kind of winding down to the end of the exercise. What I like to do is get in about 20 minutes in the morning. So when I wake up, I like do 2 sets of something, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, or maybe just one of them, then come back and do 2 sets of another something, then go brush my teeth, do 2 sets, come back, do 2 sets, go away myself, come back. You see what I mean? Break it up. So when I'm taking that breath, I'm also getting my other morning routines out of the way. And 3 birds with 1 stone. 5 birds with 1 stone. I don't care. Get them all. Get all those birds with 1 stone. And so I pulled a muscle in my ab here on the side, doing some heavy stuff out in the yard, in the garden. So I'm not sure if I can do 2 sets of 15 of these, but you know what? We don't know until we try. I don't know how recuperated that is. I tried it yesterday and it was pretty painful. But you know what? Try again. I'll put this here too, because I had a back surgery and there's a pin there and it sticks out, so I have to use this pillow so it doesn't pound against this thing here. Oh, actually I need some shoes. That's a lot of pressure on those toes. So I wear these slippers, and that keeps my toes it's a little more gentle on my toes. These metal bars here. Okay, now I'm ready. Oh yeah, I still feel that, yeah, right down in here, the muscles. I'll just do what I can. Oh yeah. Yeah, that still hurts. Okay. Alright, well, there are other sit-ups we can do, right? We're not limited. There's all kinds of sit-ups. Those have always been my favorite ones. But there's all kinds. So I got these 4 ones here that I do. And so that'll work. And there's also these ones here, you just do the bike ride. Do about 100 or whatever of those, do the bike ride. And then there's these. I put my toes underneath here. Underneath this dresser. It's another good sit up, right? Yeah, that kind of hurts too. Yeah. That's okay. Got to keep working them when they're a little sore. You can't go too long without start doing those sit-ups again. Got to kind of start working those muscles even though they feel a little sore. I forgot what it was I was doing. I was doing something different. I was isolating those lower, those abs that are way down, closer to your groin. I was isolating those, doing something. Oh yes, I remember. I did it in here. It was, oh yeah, I remember. Because I've never done an exercise where it isolated the very lowest part of those ab muscles. So what it was I had built something, I don't even remember what it was. I had built something so that when I was doing these sit-ups, well, they weren't really sit-ups, I was putting my feet out and bringing them up. And so, but my feet, I made it so that my legs were much lower than my hips. And so I was bringing my legs up, and I did quite a few of them because they were pretty easy. And that's what did it. Yeah, it isolates the very lower part of your abdominal muscles. That's what did it. I feel it too. So yeah, I just never bothered with this kind of exercise. It just looked too simple, too easy. But It's a very isolation type of lower ab muscles for those lower muscles to give you that full six-pack look. Yeah, that's right. That's the one. That's what did it. Jeez, that was about a week ago. I have so many other projects that I get up and I feel pressure to go do. I don't work out every single morning the same, right? I get up and do like some of these, just some few things, and then go about my day. Just, I'm awake. I gotta go do that right now. I gotta get out there. And so, also like doing these in the morning. Take the hands, put them together like that, and I like doing 2 sets of 15 of these. Touch the chest to the palms. Uh, 11, 12, 13, and a 14, and a 15. And so if there's a exercise that you really can't do any more of, that particular one, by just changing to a slightly different angle of an exercise, it'll still isolate that area that we want to hit, but not those exact same muscles that are already toasted. And we can get more in, and we can broaden, broaden the targeting of muscles, and therefore strengthen endurance. I'm trying to breathe shallow. I've always heard, when you're working out, breathe deep, get plenty of oxygen. But they didn't talk, I've never heard anybody say, don't do it. Don't do it, Sam. You'll hyperventilate. You can die. Oxygen toxification. Who heard of that? Well, probably most people, but oxygen toxification. Never crossed my mind until I started experiencing it about 3 or 4 months ago. What is happening? Yeah, sometimes our body can get in to such a healthy kind of rhythm, and we have our brain has a memory of breathing in a certain amount, a certain activity, and it just becomes routine. And the muscles start to going, what is he doing? Does he not know that I'm okay? I don't need that much oxygen. And then they get over-toxified with oxygen. Yeah, who knew? Crazy. So I do 2 sets of 15 of that today. So today is my 15 day. And there's certain things now that I like to do 2 sets of 15. I just think it really gets me pumped up more. Everybody's different, right? For me, it just gets me pumped up more. I feel stronger. So there's another one I like to do over here. That's really good. It's the drop down. So I'll do 3 sets of 15 of these. These exercises, I don't do every single one of them every day. In my opinion, it's best to get a good variety. Like some days, it's jump rope day. I'm going to do some jump ropings, and so what I do is I'll mix and match a lot of stuff so I can target, do these, and so I can target different muscles, different tendons, I was going to do this spin thing, so you come up, right? The goal is to be able to jump up and do a full 360. That was like, what was that about? Well, that's close, but I'm kind of exhausted right now. But jump up and then do a 360 the other way. So do a squat and then come out of the squat, turn it. Just really good for the equilibrium. Be able to keep our balance as we get up into our 90s and our 100s. With AI, who knows, there might be a cure for aging tomorrow. AI is going so fast. Even the people who engineer it, and work with AI and design it and build it and all that, they're spooked because it's surprising them how fast it's going. And so I'm anxious for people with diseases, cancers, and all that, children on up, dying of all these, which seem to me to be ridiculous genetic disorders that are causing the death of these children and people of all ages. Just crazy things. And AI is going to take care of that. And people will be able to live a more normal life. We'll find a cure for multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, the whole thing. It's all in the mitochondria, in my opinion. Mitochondria is responsible for it all. It does something wacky with the immune system. Yeah, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So what did I do? I did that one. Did I do that one? Well, I already did 2 sets of that one. Okay, so 2 sets of 15 down here. I'm going down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. All right, can this be seen? I guess it can be. So I will do 2 sets of 15 today on this one. Get the position right. Tap. All right. All right. 2 sets, so I'll do 2 sets of those. I'm having to really focus on trying to remember to not breathe. Don't breathe, Jim. You're going to hyperventilate. What? I've always breathed that way. Well, you don't need to anymore for whatever reason. Don't matter what the reason is. Don't do it. It's like, what? Well, maybe, Jim, you're in better shape than you ever been. Maybe you don't need that much oxygen anymore. Say, what? That don't make no sense. Doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense. Go with it. See how it works out. It's like, you ever have those conversations with yourself? If you say no, well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, having conversations with ourselves is part of problem solving, right? The more we talk to ourselves, which is the other 13 parts of our brain, the better problem solver we are, right? You know the old saying, 2 brains are better than 1? Well, we have 14 segments. You ever heard of split personalities? Yeah, some of them have 14 different personalities. Well, one occupies every 14 segment of the brain. 14 different personalities. Each personality lives in its own segmented brain. Or thereabouts. Maybe 2 like to spoon together, who knows. So then what I'll do is, my arms feel kind of burnt. I did a bunch of things already before I started filming. And so usually I'll dump in some curls. Keep those strong. So I'll do like 30 of these, right? So each one gets 15. And so I do 2 sets of 30, right? No swinging. Maybe swinging, no swinging. So I'll do 2 sets of those like that. And then, you know, it's good to throw other stuff in. Like just simple stuff for folks who are in the military, PT kind of stuff, stretching, right? That is so important. People forget that, how important stretching is. Because if we're not stretched out, it's easy to go out there and do something, pull a hamstring. Next thing you know, you're in the operating room. All because we didn't do these simple things to keep our tendons and our muscles stretched out so that we're less likely to pull something. I mean, we can just be doing something so mundane outside or in the garage or in the house, something so routine, and all of a sudden we feel this sharp pain. Happened to me many times. I was in my mid-20s. Like, what is that? It's because there was intermittent times when I wasn't doing any exercises. I was in college for 5 years. I was so burned out every day. Exercise just didn't fit in. There was no time left. Not even 5 minutes. That was when I was sleeping. So, you know, I kind of get the idea. You know, all kinds of different stretches. Just pulling those tendons. Stretching it all out. That's really good stuff. Yeah, you know, really good stuff. Really good. Good stuff. Yeah, keeps you balanced. You know, keep that Muhammad Ali kind of balance. Good stuff. You know, just overall general balance. Okay, that's enough video stuff. I gotta get out to my bees, give them some food. I'm sure they ate it all. Probably all gone before I even woke up. And so there you go. That's the day for the exercise stuff. Get in some light disease. And there you go. All right. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. Keep the body going. Keep it rocking and rolling. And you have a good day. Fill those up. Yeah.